A complete overhaul of a busy bridge in Charlottesville could affect some businesses nearby. City engineers will contact owners in the next few months as they prepare to enter the right-of-way phase of the Belmont Bridge. NBC 29's Carly Kempler is live on the latest. Hi, Carly.
Steve, good evening. The city has made numerous repairs to this bridge during its design phase and over the course of the years. I want to show you guys this. Take a look right up here. These plywood boards are just one of the fixes that the city has made to make sure that this bridge is usable for daily use. Right now, the multi-million-dollar overhaul is still in its design phase. The city is hoping to get approval from VDOT to move into the right-of-way phase. At that point, the city will reach out to several property owners, including the Train Yard, Lampo, and the Bridge Progressive Arts Initiative, who might be affected by the bridge's change in alignment.
We want to see amenities for pedestrians and for bicyclists, and making sure that that's part of the landscape of our city.
We've had a lot of outreach on this and have invited all the adjacent property owners to those to attend, provide comments as we've developed those plans.
The bridge was built in 1961 with an expected lifespan of 50 years. City engineers are hoping the overhaul will surpass that and last closer to 75 years. And once the city completes that right-of-way phase, they should be able to announce the bridge's final design plans. Engineers are hopeful that construction will begin sometime in 2020.
Carly Kempler live for us tonight. Carly, thank you.
Several failing bridges in Charlottesville are going to get some big repairs over the next few years.
Those bridges are labeled as structurally deficient, although engineers say for now they're safe. NBC 29's Carly Kempler joins us live with the details. Good evening, Carly.
Steve and Sharon, good evening. The city received $10 million in state funding through the State of Good Repair program to fix up 4 bridges. 3 of those bridges are located on Route 250. Another is on Melbourne Road. The $10 million grant will be split between the 4 locations that were all inspected and deemed structurally deficient. The most expensive repair will be on Route 250 over Route 29, costing nearly $4 million.
Well, we have annual inspections that we do on all these structures, and based on condition ratings and what our findings are from those inspections, we set up a priority list. If it's not supported with state funding or federal funding as Belmont Bridge is, then we'll look for CIP funding.
City engineers want to emphasize that just because part of a bridge needs work does not mean it is unsafe to travel. Repairs made to each of the bridges will help extend its overall lifespan. All 4 of those bridges are currently in the design phase with Timmins Group. At this point, they're not sure which of those 4 bridges will get done first. The 2 are scheduled to be in 2020 and the other 2 in 2021. Live in the newsroom, Carly Kempler, NBC 29 News.
The crumbling Belmont Bridge is not the only one failing in Charlottesville, and some others carry a lot more traffic.
The good news, repair plans are in the works. Tonight, we're taking a deeper dive into the city and Albemarle County's structurally deficient bridges, how they're tracked, and when repairs are expected. NBC 29's Carly Kempler joins us with an in-depth look. Hi, Carly.
Hey there, Steve. Many of these structures are deficient and they are still safe for traffic, but without timely repairs, they won't be. I spoke with engineers to find out how they prioritize these structures on an ever-growing list.
There is a time where these bridges will be beyond their lifespan.
The average lifespan of a bridge, according to VDOT engineers, is normally about 50 years.
The average age of a bridge in the Culpeper district right now is 53 years, and over 47% of our bridges statewide are over 50 years old.
Charlottesville's Belmont Bridge is nearly 10 years beyond that mark and needs a full replacement.
There's a budget of $23 million.
But others, including the one on Route 250 over 29, are just reaching the 50-year mark and only need repairs.
Structure underneath with the beams, they have rust on the end of the beam, so they need to be repaired.
City engineers say $10 million in state funding will help repair that bridge near Best Buy, as well as 2 others on Route 250 and one on Melbourne Road.
It's certainly not a safety issue to the public. Because we're constantly reviewing these structures.
Still, all of those bridges are ranked as structurally deficient.
When we rate a bridge, we look at the deck of the bridge, the riding surface, the superstructure of the bridge, and then we look at the substructure of the bridge.
Each category ranks on a scale from 0 to 9. Those 5 bridges in the city, along with several others in Albemarle County, have at least one category ranked 4 or lower.
If you have a 7 or an 8, on all the elements, then it's a pretty good bridge.
Even if those rankings come in the same, a state sufficiency rating is where they may differ, and that's what qualifies the need for repairs versus replacement.
Once we start to see elements of that bridge that might lead us to believe that there's some deterioration in that bridge, we first might put it on an increased inspection schedule.
VDOT's biannual inspections reveal the county has a slew of structurally deficient bridges. Prioritizing them depends on a number of factors.
We consider emergency response in these things. We consider school bus traffic, how much volume goes over that bridge every day. What other routes are available? How long is the detour route?
The city has a similar annual process, although they rely more heavily on the bridge's rating.
It's mostly the numbers. Certainly a big part of doing any of these repairs is the traffic management of it.
The city plans to start repairs on the 4 structures we mentioned in the next 2 years. And guys, engineers wanted me to mention that just because a bridge is structurally deficient does not mean it is unsafe for you to travel on.
All right, so still safe to drive over, but yeah, a lot of work to be done and a lot just prioritizing.
Yeah, it's a lot goes into it, and it's definitely years in the making, but they're going to get it done.
All right.
Carly, thank you.